I'm back. So, I know I haven't, I know I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say that I just want to talk about dystopian novels, but before that, I need to say something, and that's about Shades of Grey. Well, I've watched all the videos that Holly did about Shades of Grey, and her plot summaries are hilarious, and I just agree with everything that she says. So that's my opinion to the Shades of Grey novels. And I wasn't as strong as Holly was, and I didn't finish the first part, and I'm really glad that she did, so I don't have to do it. Dark Parties is about a world in which the civilization in which the main character lives, Neva, there's a really big ball of energy, kind of, like a wall around everything that she lives in. And her whole life is like planned by the system because they need to plan everything because everything is so small. And she kind of knows that there's something wrong with the government, and that's why she rebels against the government. But her father is part of the government, so well, yeah, I was kind of disappointed with that novel because it was the ending, mainly because I didn't really like it. I didn't like it at all because it was so open. It ended really open. And I think the author said that she's not going to write a sequel. So all the questions that I as a reader have are not going to be answered. And that's just not okay. It starts with a party. A dark party, that's why it's called like that, where all the rebels meet, but it's dark, and then she kisses someone, and she doesn't know who that is, and then it turns out that it's her best friend's boyfriend, and she doesn't, well, she thinks that's bad, but she still starts something with Senna's boyfriend, and that's just really shitty, and you don't do that. Neva has everything. She's got everything. Her family has money, and her father has a lot of power. She gets everything. She just gets it. And Senna has had such a hard time, and her boyfriend is the only thing that she really has, and that's really good in her life. And Neva takes that away, and that's just. It's bad. You don't feel bad for the main character that she fell in love with her best friend's boyfriend because, well, shit happens, but then you don't just act on it. You don't. But what I liked about the novel was the way that Sarah Grant described the future. That was really good. And I also liked the writing, and there was a lot of action in there, so I really liked that. But it still didn't really made the bad parts of the novel go away, and I expected something really good, so I was really disappointed. But the novel wasn't bad. That's not it. It's just the ending that was bad, and the rest of the book was okay. That novel is about a future world in which also the civilization controls everything. But they also have something that's when you turn 16 as a girl, but also as a boy, but still, you are allowed to have sex. And you are, well, everybody can have sex with you if he wants to. So you can't say anything against that, which was really weird because I don't think that future is possible. It's not. Because there are still female politicians, but they don't really act on that. They don't seem to care, and I don't think that would ever happen. Also, there would be a lot of male politicians who just wouldn't agree with that. The rest of the novel was really cool. I liked the main character. She was a lot like Katniss from the Hunger Games, to be honest, but I liked that. And it was a totally different world, so it didn't really bother me. I like the action, because there is a lot of action. She cares about her little sister a lot, and the ex-husband or ex-boyfriend or boyfriend, I don't really remember, but from her mother, who dies in the beginning of the book, that boyfriend wants to get the daughter, and he also has some secrets, and he's always been mean to her, and that's like a big danger to her, and throughout the whole story, and it's really getting to you, because also the not so big characters, like the smaller ones, were also really authentic, and I liked them all, and I think I'm gonna read the second part sometime. Truth, it's called, I think, but I haven't done it yet. It's about Arya and Perry. Arya lives in a huge building, a city that's one big building, because they can't go to the outside because they're gonna die, because they can't breathe the air without getting illnesses and dying. They live in a virtual reality most of the time, where everything is possible, but it's not really the reality, of course, because they only think they are there. They're not really there, and everything they do there, they don't actually do it. It seems like it for them, but it's not real. Then Arya and some friends go to a part of that city that they're not allowed to go, and her friends start a fire in that part, and everything burns down, and there's huge damage, and well, she only survives because Perry, because it's just good luck, and he's just there, and he saves her. But he doesn't really live in that world. He lives on the outside, more of a barbarian life. The government says that she started the fire, and then she gets banished. What I loved most about that novel were the characters, because they are amazing. I loved them, and I really wished for their luck and for their happiness, and I just cared about these characters, and that's something that you have to achieve as an author. So I also liked the whole idea of the future, and I also liked how the characters were presented from the perspective of the other person, because you have those two perspectives, and with all the senses, because Perry can smell so well, and the descriptions were awesome, and I just love that about that book, and I like that there were fantasy aspects, and I also like that the author didn't only create one civilization in the future, but two or even three, if you count the third one, and I just liked that about the novel. It was really original, and I just I loved it. This is a zombie novel, so I'm kind of sorting that in the wrong genre, but it still has dystopian aspects, so I'm counting that as dystopian. I just loved that novel. Seriously, you need to read it. It's amazing. I just loved it. The best part is just that the main character is so cool. She's so strong and just amazing. I loved the vision of the future. I loved everything. I loved the way the zombies were described, especially well, the one that Nora Dooley, the main character, falls in love with, because it wasn't so, oh my god, he's so beautiful, oh my god, he's sparkling in the sun. It wasn't like that. It was just the opposite of that, because he was a zombie and he was dead and he was falling apart because he was, well, dead. And I just love that. And I love that there was so much action in here, because it's a lot about military strategies and stuff like that. There were a lot of perspectives, different perspectives, and I just liked it. I just loved that novel, and I'm really looking forward to reading the second part. Not the typical young adult novel, so that was what got me. It was amazing.